Hey, God bless. Good day wherever you're at. We want to encourage you to hang out here with us. This is the daily reminder. And once again, this gives me an opportunity to share a verse or a thought, hopefully something that you can carry with you through the day as you start your day, or even better yet, something that's going to carry you. One of the verses we love, and from this verse, this kind of adds to what we're trying to do. In Philippians 3 and verse 1, Paul writing to the church of Philippi, he says, "Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord. For me to write the same thing to you again, for me it is not tedious or grievous, but for you it is safe." Paul is saying to the church in Philippi, I'm not going to be intimidated by writing you again, though the things we have discussed, the things that we have sat and talked about, I'm going to put it back in this letter again. I'm going to write these same things to you. It's safe for you, so I'm not intimidated by that. So kind of from that idea and that thought is why we started doing these daily reminders. So in Luke's Gospel chapter 10, Jesus releases 70 disciples to go out to teach and to preach, and he gives them authority and power to bring deliverance to people. And it's a great time. It's an amazing time for them. And the Bible says as they were coming back, they made a couple interesting statements that I think are probably relevant for you and I. And this is in Luke 10, verse 17. And the Bible says, "Then the 70 returned with joy, saying, 'Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name.' And he said to them, 'I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Behold, I give unto you authority to trample upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing shall by any means hurt you.'" Verse 20, "Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven." You know what? As Americans, it's really easy to fall into this trap of identity. As Americans living in this great nation, it becomes really easy for us to find our identity in a house, in a job, in a title, the car we drive, cars we drive, the salary, what we make, where we live. It becomes very easy for us to find our identity in those kinds of things. Even if you're doing ministry, it becomes easy to find your identity in a title or in a job description or what the Lord has given you and allowed you to do. But Jesus makes this amazing statement in verse 20. Let me read it to you again. The disciples come and they say, "Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name." But this is what Jesus said. He said, listen, don't rejoice in that. Don't rejoice that the spirits are subject to you. Rejoice in this. Your names are written in heaven. I just want to remind you today that our identity, who we are, who we will always be, on into eternity, doesn't have anything to do with the authority Jesus gives us in his name, the power he gives us in his name. He will not allow us to find our identity in anything but him. He said, listen, your identity is not in that I've given you authority, this temporal life that you're living here in this earth, to have authority and mastery over the demonic realm. Your identity is in this. Rejoice in this. Your names are written in heaven. Your names are written in the Lamb's book of life. As a matter of fact, if you look at Revelation 13 and 8, Revelation 17 and verse 8, it talks about that very thing, that our names have been written in the Lamb's book of life from the beginning of the world. That's our identity. Our identity is sonship. Our identity is we are his children. Thank God for what he's given you. It's a blessing. Thank God for how he's using you in the church, in the kingdom, whether it's local or abroad. Thank God for that. But that's not your identity. Your identity is you belong to God, and your names are written in his book. God bless you.